There is a multi-billion-dollar financial secret. The traditional menswear cartel hopes stays permanently hidden behind department store glass doors. A designer Italian-labeled suit listed on a mahogany hanger for $850 costs less than $45 to weave, cut, and stitch together. That represents an artificial markup exceeding 1,800%. You are not paying for bespoke hand-stitching, historical mills, or superior wool drape. You are funding high-street retail leases, commission sales reps, and global celebrity advertising campaigns. Back in the late 2000s, traditional suit conglomerates attempted to block warehouse clubs from purchasing direct mill stock. Not because the jackets were defective, but because warehouse pricing exposed their massive gross margins. Antitrust court filings lay that exact corporate panic bare. Today, we are tearing down 7 elite tailored clothing lines and textile technologies, featuring 100% pure virgin wool, floating chest canvas, and Italian mill fabrics that land on warehouse tables at 50 to 70% below department store tags. These are not boxy polyester church suits off a clearance rack, nor are they irregular factory rejects. These are authentic, high-grade wool garments arriving through distribution channels the luxury tailoring industry desperately wishes you didn't track. We begin with the undisputed titan of designer department store suits, the famous label that dominated professional wardrobes for 30 years until warehouse apparel tables disrupted their pricing control. The flagship worsted wool suit from this luxury brand has topped department store sales charts continuously for decades. Corporate SEC filings confirm that the underlying woven cloth, standard 100% worsted wool, is sourced from open market commercial textile mills. The proprietary material advantage does not exist. At club locations, 100% virgin wool suits using identical fabric weights sell between $120 and $150. Independent textile labs tested warehouse wool suits against $900 department store displays, subjecting both to seam strength tests, fiber density counts, and crease recovery. The result? Less than a 1% variance in fabric durability and breathability. If you buy 2 suits a year for work or events, switching to warehouse sourcing saves roughly $1,200 annually. That pays for an entire vacation flight. If that math makes you wince, it should. You've been paying for mahogany fixtures and commission salaries, not better wool. Hit the thumb button right now because Item 2 exposes a massive structural trap that millions of suit buyers walk into every wedding season. The ultra-slim, skinny fit suits sit in boutique windows for $450, and shoppers assume the aggressive tailoring reflects modern European style. It doesn't. Ultra-slim cuts are primarily a fabric-saving measure for manufacturers. By skimping on fabric allowance in the chest, thighs, and seat, brands save millions in material costs across production runs. But more importantly, skimping on cloth prevents the jacket canvas from draping naturally over your shoulders, causing collar gap, shoulder divots, and lapel flare. Tailoring labs consistently prove that tight, undercut jackets restrict blood flow and wear out in the inner thigh twice as fast. It's a cost-cutting trick disguised as fashion. At warehouse clubs, classic tailored wool separates sit at $130 complete. At retail, $450 for a jacket that pulls across your chest. Stay tuned, because Item 5 comes from a historic Italian textile mill that supplies the world's most prestigious luxury houses, operating quietly behind a warehouse label. We will cover that textile powerhouse in just a moment. First, Item 3 breaks down the performance stretch suit trend, taking over high street windows. These suits carry slick marketing names, promising 360-degree flex and wrinkle resistance for $500. What the shiny hangs tag omits is the fiber content breakdown. 65% polyester, 30% rayon, and 5% elastane. You are paying $500 for synthetic plastic clothing. Synthetic stretch suits trap body heat, develop an ugly plastic shine across the seat and elbows after 3 dry cleans, and fail to breathe in warm weather. Pure worsted wool naturally possesses built-in elastic crimp and breathability without needing synthetic oil derivatives. At the warehouse, 100% pure wool suits with natural mechanical stretch cost $140 instead of $500 for a polyester oil suit. The natural performance is built in. The plastic markup is pure fiction. Our fourth entry involves fashion house licensed suits carrying famous designer crests on the sleeve. Over 50% of the price tag on a $750 department store suit goes directly to licensing royalties paid back to the design house. The actual construction, specifically the glued fuse lining inside the chest, is identical to budget off-the-rack garments. In a fused suit, hot melt adhesive holds the outer wool to the inner lining. Over time, dry cleaning dissolves that glue, causing permanent bubbling across your chest. At warehouse optical and apparel departments, half-canvassed and clean-fused wool suits land under $150, stripping away the multi-$100 licensing fee entirely. Same refined appearance. Zero corporate fluff. The pattern is crystal clear. Every major department store brand carries a chain of licensing fees and retail markups that add zero value to how the suit hangs on your shoulders. If this breakdown is opening your eyes, hit the like button and subscribe right now. We have 3 more suiting lines to reveal, and these remaining 3 represent the exact options traditional tailors hope you never compare. Before we hit item 5, consider why this next fabric producer operates on a different level. The enterprise Weaving the Cloth isn't a fashion marketing house. Their multi-century reputation rests on sourcing raw merino wool from Australia and milling it in the alpine waters of northern Italy. They engineered 100% worsted wool fabrics that naturally repel light moisture, resist wrinkles, and drape with natural elegance without adding synthetic petroleum fibers. Item 5 comes directly from an Italian mill supplier listed on the Milan Stock Exchange. Their textile division supplies raw cloth to $2,000 custom tailoring shops on Savile Row and Madison Avenue. However, during excess seasonal capacity, they sell excess mill runs directly to high-volume warehouse buyers. Their wool features a tight 2-ply warp and weft weave, providing exceptional recovery when hung overnight after a long flight. In standardized rub tests, their 100% Italian worsted cloth outlasted synthetic blends by double the cycle count. Because this mill brand spends zero money on celebrity endorsements, their warehouse offerings go completely unnoticed by status seekers. Department store boutiques charge $800 plus for garments utilizing this exact fabric origin. Warehouse clubs offer complete Italian wool suits for $160 to $180. Item 6 brings us to a silent European manufacturer known for producing half-canvas construction jackets. Instead of relying entirely on synthetic glue, a half-canvas jacket features a natural horsehair and wool chest piece stitched loosely inside the front panel. As you wear the suit, your body heat molds that horsehair canvas to your chest shape, creating a custom structural fit that improves every time you put it on. In thermal molding tests, canvas jackets maintain structural chest shape after 50 wears, whereas glued fused jackets began delaminating and stiffness degraded. When these half-canvassed wool suits appear on warehouse racks, they are grabbed by tailoring insiders who instantly check the chest piece, getting $1,200 custom-level drape for under $170. Our 7th entry focuses on an engineered suit separate program featuring natural horn buttons, pick-stitched lapels, and uncut sleeve cuffs. Cheap mass-market suits use stamped plastic buttons that crack under steam pressing. This line utilizes genuine Corozzo nut or natural horn buttons that withstand industrial heat without melting. Furthermore, the subtle edge stitching along the lapel keeps the wool chest lining from rolling outward over time, preserving a crisp lapel roll. High street tailors charge $600 for jackets featuring these traditional finishing details. On warehouse tables, these jackets sit at $95 as separates, allowing you to match your exact jacket and pant sizes independently. Suiting fit is rooted in geometry and body proportions, not brand prestige. The most critical measurement on any suit jacket is the shoulder seam width. A tailor can easily take in the waist, shorten sleeves, or hem trousers, but altering a jacket's shoulder width requires completely deconstructing the garment, costing more than the suit itself. When buying off the rack, ensure the shoulder pads end precisely where your natural shoulder bone stops, with zero overhang or pinching. Next, pay attention to the drop, the numerical difference between your jacket chest size and your pant waist size. Standard off-the-rack nested suits feature a fixed 6-inch drop, for example, a 40R jacket paired with 34 waist pants. If your body athletic proportions differ from a standard drop, buying warehouse suit separates, eliminates mandatory waist alterations entirely. Get the exact shoulder size and pant waist independently at wholesale pricing. In the 19th century, every gentleman's suit was hand-cut and bespoke tailored by master craftsmen over dozens of hours, costing months of an average worker's wage. In the 1920s, standardized chest sizing and ready-to-wear manufacturing revolutionized menswear, dropping costs by 80% and making professional tailoring accessible to every working man. However, over the last 40 years, luxury fashion conglomerates rebuilt those artificial price walls through designer brand licensing and high-margin retail leasing. When warehouse clubs disrupted this model by stocking direct-from-mill 100% wool suits, high street retailers attempted to discredit the quality because a $150 pure wool suit destroys a $900 margin structure. The modern tailoring shift has already happened. The average professional or event attendee buys a new suit every 2 years. At department store retail, 2 designer suits plus basic tailoring routinely cross $1,600 out of pocket. At warehouse clubs, 2 100% Italian wool suits plus independent local tailoring cost under $380 total. That delivers an instant out-of-pocket savings of over $1,200, paying for an executive membership for a decade. 3 critical mistakes drain suit buyers every single season. First, leaving the white brand tag stitched onto the jacket sleeve cuff. That tag is a factory tracking label intended to be removed by a tailor before wearing. Leaving it on is the ultimate amateur mistake. Second, dry cleaning your wool suits too often. Harsh dry cleaning chemicals strip the natural lanolin oils from wool fibers, making the fabric brittle and shiny. Simply air out your suit after wearing and use a cedar hanger and steam to refresh it. Third, buying suits based on arbitrary super thread count numbers like super 150s or 180s. Extremely high thread counts use tissue-thin wool fibers that wrinkle instantly and wear out quickly. Super 100s to Super 120 offer the ultimate balance of softness and everyday durability. Here are 3 practical action steps you can execute this week. First, measure your true chest and shoulder width using a flexible tape measure over a dress shirt, noting whether you need a short, regular, or long jacket length. Second, locate an independent local alteration tailor in your neighborhood. A $140 warehouse wool suit brought to a skilled local tailor for $40 in waist and sleeve adjustments will fit better than a $1,000 off-the-rack designer suit left unaltered. Third, check warehouse apparel tables during peak seasonal shifts, specifically early spring for wedding season stock and late autumn for holiday tailored collections. One final advantage of buying tailored clothing at a warehouse club that almost nobody utilizes, and it is the ultimate reason to shop there. Their liberal satisfaction guarantee covers clothing returns unconditionally. If you buy a wool suit, wear it to an event, and realize the cut doesn't suit your posture, or if a seam fails after 3 months, you can return it for a full refund. Department stores and boutique tailor shops enforce strict 14-day return policies and 0 returns once alterations are pinned or tags are cut. The financial risk of trying a wool suit at a warehouse club is 0. If this opened your eyes to the menswear markup game and saved your wallet hundreds of dollars, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and send this video to someone still paying $800 for department store suits without asking why. Your shoulders don't know what high street store the suit came from. Your bank account does. Industrial weaving democratized tailoring a century ago. Warehouse distribution is doing the exact same thing today. The fashion cartel wants you paying for designer tags. You now know the physics.